to make a sound case for a scientific miracle, there are really 5 epistemic conditions that have to be met. It's not as easy as it sounds. First of all, is an exegetical condition. You have to show that the interpretation you're suggesting is what the original author intended, and not simply reading what you want into the text, performing eisegesis. Second is the issue of ambiguity. You have to show that the text is making the specific scientific assertion that you are arguing for, rather than being ambiguous enough to accommodate different scientific views. A small qualification to this, I think it is possible to say that maybe more than one interpretation is possible. For example, the Quran's mention of the embryo being created from alaqa, which could be interpreted as blood or could be interpreted to mean a clinging thing. In this case, you might argue that if the Quran really meant simply blood, it might have used a more common term that the Quran uses for blood, the generic term dam. But it doesn't use that term. Rather, it uses this very particular and precise word, alaqa, which is compatible with understanding the embryo as being created from blood, but it's also, in a very precise way, fits what we now scientifically observe. So in this case, I think there's a little bit more flexibility. Number 3 is borrowing. You have to show that the text could not have been borrowing from scientific statements from surrounding cultures, or even from within its own culture. Number 4 is triviality. It's not enough for the text to make scientifically accurate statements, because through mere inference, one might infer the relevant information. For example, through mere inference, ancient Greek authors like Lucretius made many scientifically correct statements, for example, anticipating atomic theory. So you have to show that the scientific statements being made could not have been mere inference or guesswork. And finally, error. You also have to show that the text doesn't contain any scientific errors.